Hello and good day. This is Corey from the Well-Rounded Pianist and the BachScholar YouTube channel. I welcome you to this video today where I'm going to demonstrate playing Chopin's Fantaisie Impromptu slowly with a metronome. I'm only going to play the first section since the last section is repeated. I won't include that, but I'll go to the coda. I'll leave the middle section out. I address that in other videos just to save time. Before I do that, I just want to let you know that it is August 5th, 2019 as I make this video. I have a limited number of openings to study piano with me via Skype. Students may study with me from anywhere in the world, provided that I can find time for them in my busy schedule. Also, my wife Marilyn, who has over 20 years teaching experience, also has some limited number of openings. I, by the way, have 35 years piano teaching experience, in addition to a doctorate in music and a master's in musicology, that is music history. So I welcome you to this video today. You know, I got the idea to do this video about a day ago because I uploaded the Winter Wind Etude, demonstrating playing slowly with the metronome, the Winter Wind Etude. It was a popular video, is a popular video, got a lot of responses and a lot of feedback on that. I'd like to first, before going on to demonstrate the Fantaisie Impromptu, if you don't want to hear me talk, if all you're here for is to hear me demonstrate the music, simply fast forward, or I have a link down below where you can just click on that and it goes right to when I start playing the music. This is a fairly long video because I have a talk to do first. I'm making no apologies for my talking. I know I had some people complain in the last video, oh, you're talking too much verbosity, just get to the business, get to the music, too much talking, you talk too much. Well, it's my YouTube channel, it's my videos, I can do what I want. I am a piano teacher, first and foremost. Okay, I'm not here to show off how fast I can play these pieces. So, I make no apologies for this talk. This is very important. And I just want to set some things straight and make some things clear to you. Okay, here's the deal. In the Winter Wind Etude I uploaded, I have the impression that people view this video and they think, oh, okay, you can play at half speed. Let's hear it full speed now. Come on, prove it to us. I'm getting a lot of this. And it really annoys me because I'm not here to prove anything. I don't need to prove myself. There are thousands of pianists who can play the Winter Wind Etude faster than I can. Okay? That's not my point of making the video. My point of making that video was to help out a piano student of mine and to show publicly how I teach the piano and how I demonstrate certain things, like the Winter Wind Etude, and today, like the Fantaisie Impromptu. I'm not here to show off. Okay, I'm not here to show that I'm better than Martha Argerich, I'm better than whoever. Okay, I'm not doing that. I don't claim anything. I claim to be a great piano teacher. That's all I'm claiming here. I'm not a world-class virtuoso. I don't give concerts. I can't compete with Yuzha Wang. Okay, I can't compete with Daniel Trifonov. I can't compete with a lot of people. I admit that. Okay, I admit that. Somehow I get the impression that people, my haters out there, or the people that don't like me in some way, they want to put me to the test. Okay, well, you got to do it faster now to prove yourself. Well, I'm not here to prove myself. I teach the piano. I'm a piano teacher first and foremost, and a very good one at that. And my goal is to help pianists practice and to help set pianists in the right path towards making music. Speed is not everything. I think we're so obsessed with speed nowadays, it's become really ridiculous. Everything is a competition. Why does everything have to be a competition? You know, oh, he can play it faster than you. He does it faster than you. Why? Why do we have to get into this childlike attitude about, you know, when I'm trying to teach a piece, I get the impression, oh, well, you know, I'm terrible because I can't play it as fast as so-and-so who was 8 years old. You know, oh, this 8-year-old can play it faster than me. I'm no good. Well, can the 8-year-old teach piano? Is he a good piano teacher? You know, you have to think of other things as well. So it really kind of annoys me that, you know, that I get these, you know, just uploading that video and having all these responses. You know, I have a lot of positive feedback too. Thank you for that. But, you know, I just want to set things straight. One of my favorite pianists is George Bolet, or Jorge Bolet, however you want to pronounce his name. He's no longer living, but he was a great pianist from the early 20th century, actually at the later 20th century as well. And one of George Bolet's trademarks was his speed and his grace and his absolute perfection that he played pieces at. When you listen to George Bolet's playing of a lot of pieces in the standard repertoire, you hear he plays almost everything slower than everyone else. Almost everything he plays is slow. But it's a beautiful tone. He does other things with the music other than the speed. Another pianist in that sort of camp, the slow camp, is Claudio Arrau, which is another one of my favorite pianists. Claudio Arrau plays slowly a lot, or he did play, he's not living either, but he played slow. He was famous for his slowness, which actually, I think, adds to the music rather than taking away. Now, if you take pianists like George Bolet or Claudio Arrau, two of the great pianists from the 20th century, and you compare them to speed demons like Martha Argerich or Yuzha Wang, you know, pianists who have absolute, you know, the most transcendent techniques, and they can play things as fast as they want, and they exceed all speed limits for everything. You know, they can play everything faster than everyone else. Are they better? Are they better pianists than, say, people like George Bolet or Claudio Arrau? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I, quite frankly, am not a fan of Martha Argerich. I've never liked her playing. I don't like her sound. Yes, she has a transcendent technique. She can play really fast, but she has a terrible tone, and she's not a good musician, in my opinion, from what I've heard. A lot of things she's played display bad musicianship. But excellent technique. Yes, her technique is great, but is playing the piano just technique? No, it's not. George Bolet and Claudio Arrau, you know, playing slowly like old men, were better than the vast majority of the speed demons playing now. Now, the reason I play slowly, or I'm sort of developing a reputation for playing slowly, is not necessarily because I'm trying to copy them or anything. It's just because that's the way I feel the music. And I don't care to spend hours and hours every day practicing to get things at speed demon type speeds, so I can show off and show everyone how fast everything should be played. That's not my goal. My goal is a piano teacher. First and foremost, I've told you that before. I am a teacher of teachers. I believe a very good teacher at that. And my goal is to demonstrate music and to show people how to practice and the process that you need to take in order to perfect pieces of music and to make music. So it's not just technique, but it's everything that goes into the music. Pedaling, dynamics, accents, the balance between the hands. All of these things go into the complete package of trying to make music at the piano. I am a teacher of average students. Average students. I've never had a competition winner as a student. I've never had a student go on to win a major competition or to become a major concert pianist. I myself, I've never won a major competition, aside from performances in graduate school and that kind of thing. And when I was a student 30 to 35 years ago, I did my share of performing. Other than that, I'm not really a concert pianist or performer. I teach people online on YouTube and on the Well-Rounded Pianist. That's my goal. My goal is not to show off. And so I want to set you straight. When you see me playing here, don't complain or put me to the test or say, oh, he can't play it faster, or so-and-so can play it faster and he's only 8 years old. That's ridiculous. That's so childlike. We've become so obsessed, absolutely obsessed with speed and technique. And there's always someone who can outdo somebody else. There's always a new rising star somewhere that's going to outdo everyone and show everyone how great they are. But this is not music. Music is not competition. Music is music. So what I'm going to demonstrate for you today is how to practice the Fantaisie Impromptu at roughly half speed, which brings me to another point. I'd like to get to that. My point is that my half speed, my 50% speed that I do for my super slow videos, are 50% of an average Joe kind of speed. It's not 50% of Yuzha Wang's speed or some hot superstar who can play faster than everyone else. If I did that, if I took that as the standard and took 50% of that, the average Joe wouldn't be able to play it because they play everything so darn fast. So, you need to just slow things down. Slow things down. So I calculate what's a good, like the Winter Wind Etude, for example. I calculated what would be a good fast speed for an average Joe, a talented person who can play it pretty well, but they're not up to Yuzha Wang or Martha Argerich or speed demons like that. So I take 50% speed of that because, I'm telling you this because I got a comment. Someone said, oh, well, if you speed this up 2 times, it's still too slow, so it's not even 50%. So you're not even playing 50%. Well, this is ridiculous. I mean, you're nitpicking when you start getting into this. Yeah, so what? So I play a little slower than 50%, whatever you regard 50% as. But do not listen to speed demons, like the best of the best, the fastest pianists in the world, and think that that's the standard. Because that's not the standard. That's the 0.5% of the pianists who can do that. So you need to think the average Joe has a limit, a speed limit here. I take 50% of that average Joe speed, and that's roughly my 50% speed. So I just want to make that clear that it's not all about speed. It's not all about technique. I'm not a superstar, so don't compare me to anybody. But I do believe that I'm a pretty darn good teacher, and I'm going to show you that here. How many of you, teachers, piano teachers, students, can play 3/4 properly? Polyrhythms. Not very many. Not very many at all. If you can't, please watch my polyrhythm video on YouTube, playing 3 against 4. This is the first thing we have to conquer before we start playing the Fantaisie Impromptu, playing 3 against 4. So, I put you to the test. I challenge you. Let's see just how great everyone thinks they are. Okay? We put the metronome on 48. Actually, I challenge you. This is a challenge. Okay? Take a hot shot who can play this really fast and have them do this 4 against 3 exercise. Probably won't be able to do it. Okay? So, I'm putting this at 48. Now, I'm going to take the middle of the piano here. I do many exercises from the middle. And E and F. Okay, I'm going to play quadruplets in the right hand going up at 48. It's really easy, it's simple. So. All right, pretty easy, right? Okay, now let's do the left hand. Triplets. Pretty easy, huh? Now let's put them together. I challenge you. Okay, this is a challenge. Okay, I'm going to start here. Okay, speed demons. Let's see you do that. So there's more to playing the piano and more to making music than speed. This is perfect 4 against 3 playing. Absolutely perfect. That was mathematically correct. I want to see if you can do that. Now, if you can, then you're ready to start the Fantaisie Impromptu. If you can't, then go watch my video on polyrhythms and how to play 3 against 4 rhythms. So, you know, half the battle is just doing that and getting the polyrhythms correct. And the other half is putting it all together, as I'm going to show you now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on the same speed, 48, which is a little under half speed, probably. And I'm going to play the first section, and I'm going to jump over to the coda afterwards because the first section is repeated again at the end. It's ABA form. Okay, so notice also, okay, I know I'm sorry for talking too much, but I just have to do this. Notice, listen very carefully for when I play. Okay, I'm playing with a metronome. Now, when most pianists play with metronomes, they play mechanically. I'm not going to play it mechanically. I'm going to play it very musically with a metronome. I've been accused many times of playing robotically. I don't know where people's ears are. I play anything but robotically. Listen to this very carefully. I do all the dynamics, all the accents. I do good pedaling, good balance between the hands. There's even a ritardando in bar 24 going to bar 25, which I rarely hear pianists do that either. They usually go right through it because they're speed demons and all they care about is how fast they can play it. So there's a ritardando there in the middle. There's balance between the hands. There's accents. There's various dynamics from forte to pianissimo, fortissimo to pianissimo. There's, you know, everything is here. And so as a piano student, you need to learn how to build everything up organically and not just don't just be concerned about speed. Don't just sit there and hack out the notes. You need to first learn the 4/3 rhythms. Then you need to put everything together, as I'm going to show you. Mathematically perfect 4/3 rhythms, but it's not going to be mechanical, because the thing that takes the mechanical element away from it is going to be all the musicality in it, the accents, the dynamics, everything like that. So let's put this on 48, and this is a good starting speed. You know, if you're a piano student, after learning the notes and the rhythms, learning the 4/3, you've got to start putting it all together organically. And this is the way it sounds. I'm just going to omit the first two measures. the end there. You can ignore the metronome when you do retardandos, but I just want to demonstrate that to you with proper rhythm, proper everything in there was in place. This is how piano students should be practicing this, the average students. Okay, if you're a super virtuoso, you can bypass this, but I'm talking to the 98% of the pianists who are not super virtuosos and not world stars, but just the average pianists who are my students. So just to wrap this up, George Bolet, or Jorge Bolet, however you want to say his name, used to say this. I heard this in an interview of his once. He said, "Nothing destroys music more than sheer speed." Nothing destroys music more than sheer speed or sheer velocity. So that's not all what it's about. We live in a very superficial age, especially now on YouTube, where you can hear everyone, you can hear just the absolute highest level of virtuosity you've ever heard, and it keeps getting better and better and better. But that's just virtuosity. That's not the essence of the music, and that's not the essence of the teaching of the music. So thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry I talked too long, but actually I make no apologies for that, actually. I had to do that to get some things off my chest, to set you straight, and to let you know what the purpose is for my videos. So thank you for watching. Until we meet again.